Learning rate is used everywhere in training AI models, including large language models, neural networks, diffusion, generation, everything. It's the hyperparameter with the highest impact. So usually you would search for learning rates, you would do experiments, and getting this right can make your model train 20-30% faster. So imagine you are on a hill and you're trying to get to the bottom, but there is like a bunch of hills. The idea here is if you make two big steps, you might skip the bottom and go on to the next hill. Imagine you're making like very big steps, like you're 10 meters tall. So the problem with big steps is it can move down the hill, but it's not so precise. It may not go to the exact bottom where it needs to be. And two small steps, it's gonna take forever to go down the hill. So the idea is in the beginning you make big steps to go down the hill quickly, but towards the end you make small steps to get to the exact bottom as precisely as possible. Another option is to have a constant step size, so constant learning rate, always same. But then that constant needs to be not too big and not too small, somewhere in between. So you go down fast and you get to the bottom as close as precisely as possible. So small learning rate, safer but slower. Big learning rate is faster but can miss the target or bounce around the hills, skipping the bottom. And this hill reference that I'm talking about is the gradient. So we need to minimize loss and loss surface. Loss is the error neural network makes. So we want to make the error of the neural network as small as possible. So if it needs to predict number 4, we want it to predict number 4. If it's predicting number 50, that's a big loss, big error. If it's predicting number 6 instead of 4, that's a bit better, because 6 to 4, it's a bit smaller error than if it's predicting 50, but it needs to predict 4. So we are just letting it train, and then we are adjusting learning rate to see how fast it's training. So learning rate is used to traverse the loss surface, the error surface, finding the smallest error, finding where the smallest error is, and then just staying there. So the neural network makes the smallest error possible. If you are a beginner, this may sound a bit complicated, but don't worry, you are progressing slowly. You need some time to understand this, so don't worry. You can learn so much more in our school community where we engage. There is 7+ hours of courses you can engage here, and I'm gonna answer all of the questions. There are courses on PyTorch, neural networks, transformers, math, automated AI research, everything. So start your free trial, link below the video. So this is the formula. So these are the parameters of the neural networks. This is what it's changing these parameters. So that's how neural network is learning. And so new parameters are gonna be old parameters minus learning rate. This is our learning rate times loss gradient. So this is showing in which direction the error will be reduced, and so it should move in this direction. So it will just so if it says weights minus this gradient, it will reduce the error. However, these gradients are very big. We need to make them like 100 times smaller, or 500 times smaller, or 1,000 times smaller, and only then, when we subtract weights minus this loss gradient, only then it will slowly start to move towards safely reducing the error, making weights better. So we will use learning rate to make this 100 times, 500 or 1,000 times smaller. So it's explained here as well. So learning rate is basically like a number 0.001 or 0.01 or 0.005. It's just going to make this smaller, so because this is too big, we cannot just subtract this alone. We need to make it a lot smaller to subtract from weights. The key idea is that this gradient vector is the direction, and learning rate is the step size in that direction. And learning in step size is going to be, because this direction vector, its magnitude is huge. we wanna make the step size a lot smaller. So learning rate is like this, or even 10 times or 100 times smaller than this, like this. So let's say gradient is 2, step is gonna be 0.2 when you multiply gradient and learning rate. When you multiply gradient and learning rate. So new weight is all weight minus this step. Here, if we compare like learning rate 1, step is gonna be 2, so this is very huge step now, or 0, this is very small step, but actually this is actual step in a lot of the times. So this is small compared to maybe this example, but this is very reasonable step sometimes, depending on the neural network. Now you can schedule learning rate, so changing learning rate over time. So the idea is that early in the training you want big learning rates to faster move down the hill, and later in the training you want smaller learning rates, not to precisely get to the bottom as close as possible, not to overshoot onto the next hill, not to skip the bottom. So first 1,000 steps, this is the learning rate, and then for the next steps it's this, and then, although maybe this is a big change between these. I think the change is usually not this big. This is 10 times change, 100 times change. Usually change is maybe 50 times, 10, 5 times, maybe a bit smaller, but it's okay. It's okay, no problem. There are different types. For example, step decay. Just, okay, make it same learning rate, and then at some step just drop it to the next one, and then at some step just drop it immediately. So it's just same learning rate and then drop, and then continue same learning rate and then drop to this. Or we can gradually change from here to here, interpolate, gradually change. So gradual decrease, so it's linear decay. Exponential decay shrinks faster over time. Warm up. So warm up. So now I said that, so this is a bit different. So I said that we start with large learning rate and go to small learning rate, but warm up is maybe in the first 100 steps, very, very quickly in the beginning. We also start with very small learning rate. So we start with very small learning rate, and then very quickly in the first 100 steps here go to the big learning rate, and then slowly decay. And this helps better for large language models, for example, and some other types. Why warm-up? Early gradients can be unstable because those are random weights are random numbers. It can be very chaotic. So small learning rate in the absolute beginning prevents training from breaking. So, but this small learning rate will very quickly go to the big learning rate in the beginning. So, rule, high learning rate gives exploration, moving around a lot fast, and low learning rate gives refining. So if you already explored and found good place, then you wanna just make it even better a little bit by bit. So, but with low, so you don't go away from the good place with the high learning rate. To speed up training, to avoid overshooting and fine tune it, or to increase randomness. And I'm gonna reveal answer now. It's gonna be B, to avoid overshooting and fine tune when we already know where the good place is. So in practice, Adam W is using 0.001 learning rate, although Muon optimizer is usually using 0.01, so 10 times bigger than Adam. Muon is the new optimizer. These are kind of learning rates that are used for LLMs. Right now, you can just ask AI to do learning rate search, and it's gonna do it. So you can just so you just need to try a bunch of different values. You can think about it as well if you want. If you don't want, you can just ask AI. And that's how it's used in practice. So we have 7+ hours of content, of courses on all of this PyTorch, neural networks, learning rate, transformers, automated AI research. So you can just join our community to become AI researcher. You can engage with us. I'm reading all of this, answering all of the questions, making regular posts, videos. Start your free trial now, link below the video.